Welcome back, and today we're talking about ReZero episode 36. So, like always, let's just jump into it. Okay, so just right off the bat, I have to tell you, this is definitely one of the best episodes we have seen from ReZero. I would say this is one of my favorite episodes this year alone. This episode literally hit all the notes, the story, the fights, everything was really 10 out of 10. There's nothing negative I can say about this episode. I definitely miss a couple things because, of course, the story in ReZero is very complicated. There's some things where, I'm pretty sure they meant something and I took it the wrong way. But let's talk about this episode. Let me give you my opinion of what I thought this episode was all about. It was crazy. It was crazy. Essentially, we start off with Subaru facing Beatrice. Again, remember a couple episodes ago, Beatrice, we learned that she was following that book that tells you the future. But in this episode, we find out that that book is just blank pages. And Beatrice is a spirit. She's been waiting for 400 years, okay? And she's pretty much contracted to Echina, the witch. I did not see that coming, but it was just crazy. So the book has been blank this whole time. So she hasn't really been following a future. So that kind of threw me for a loop. Maybe again, somebody can explain it in the comments because the story really is complicated, right? There's a lot of lore you got to read into. It's really fascinating. I love animes that have a rich world like this one. But yes, essentially her future in the book is blank. And really we find out that she just wants to end the contract. I can't imagine living in the library for 400 years waiting for one person. And she made a pretty good point, right? Every time somebody opened that door, she would think that it was Echina and that her contract would be fulfilled and that would be the end of her life, or she'll be free as a spirit. But no, it was always the wrong person. So, she was definitely living a hell of a life. I felt bad for Beatrice. I really did. And on top of that, we got to see Elsa make it to the mansion, and she's not alone. She has an accomplice that went over to the village to get rid of the other targets, right? I think her name was Meili or something like that. And even another twist that we got in this episode, this Meili assassin was one of the little girls that Subaru was kind of having a friendship with, back in season 1. It's been a while, but the fact that she's here, that means she was behind the attacks that happened, I would say months, maybe years. It seems like a long time, but it was in season 1. So yeah, that's another twist that we got. And of course, the biggest one was the big fight that happened in this episode. Honestly, I thought Beatrice was going to be able to just destroy these people because, again, she's 400 years old. We've seen her fight. She's OP. She's a spirit. And how powerful is this Elsa person? She pretty much was not even trying this fight and somehow was able to still backstab Beatrice. It was crazy. And the fact that Beatrice pushed Subaru away, that should just tell you that, I believe it was 2 episodes ago when Beatrice was kind of yelling at Subaru about being a human and all that stuff. She really didn't mean it, right? She was just kind of her anger was just pent up. Again, she's been alone for 400 years in the library. I feel for Beatrice. This episode was definitely a roller coaster of emotions. But yeah, Beatrice's death, she used her last little bit of magic to send Subaru back. And this part is another part that confused me because they made the little sound, right? The sound that they make whenever Subaru dies and resets. But this time, he went back to the sanctuary and it looks like he did reset the time, but he still has his wounds and stuff like that. So I'm guessing it wasn't quite a reset. I'm guessing Beatrice just teleported him to the sanctuary. And what we find here, oh my, they were just delivering bombs after bombs. We see that something is really, really wrong with Emilia. I'm guessing she's getting possessed or something, but we see the darkness in her eyes. You can just tell the way she's behaving. That's 100% not Emilia. And again, the theory I made last week, where I'm thinking the Witch of Envy is in control of Emilia, or maybe it's like a dual personality. And since Emilia is struggling with the test and she's by herself and all that stuff, maybe we're seeing the witch kind of take over Emilia's body. Maybe, but that's my theory right now. I don't know, but that's definitely what it looks like. But yeah, Subaru was able to notice, and even when he told Garth, Garf ain't having it, okay? Garfield is definitely not having it. He almost one-shotted Subaru right there on the spot because he's not about that witch stuff. So yeah, I mean, this episode was truly amazing. And of course, the biggest of them all, right? Roswell. What he did in this episode was absolutely crazy. Again, I was really suspicious of this dude. We still don't know what his end goal is, but my whole theory regarding all of this is that he knows that Subaru can reset by death, and he only has one wish, right? He has a vow that he wants to complete. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing it's either like resurrecting a certain witch. It could be Echina. Again, Beatrice was contracted to Echina. Maybe Roswell is in the same boat. He's contracted to Echina. He's trying to bring her back. I really don't know. But what he did in this episode definitely raised some red flags. And I have a couple theories behind it. But he ended up killing Ram and Garfield. I did not see that coming. I mean, I was kind of mad. Subaru was in shock. I was right there next to him. I did not know what was going on. And we see that, he has the book that can also, tell you the future. But we don't know if it's blank pages. For all we know, it actually works and it's telling him the future. That's why he was telling Subaru that, the current person that he is right now is not enough to accomplish Roswell's goals. So we still don't know what it is. I'm guessing he's trying to revive a witch. But again, this episode was crazy. Just killing Ram, dang. But yeah, this is one of the worst journeys that Subaru is going in right now. I mean, even at the end, when Subaru's body was kind of rotting away, I'm guessing he was poisoned or something, but it was really, really bad. I mean, Subaru, he's gonna need some help. He's gonna need some help because there's no way. I just do not see it how he's going to solve all of this by himself. He's gonna have to open up to somebody. And I'm guessing since Roswell kind of showed him his cards and that, he has a plan or something, maybe he'll talk to him. I don't know if Subaru can actually trust Roswell, but my only defense that I got for Roswell right now is the fact that he probably knows that, Subaru can reset by death. And that's why he did all of this, right? Because he knew this was going to be the end. And he even said it, right? That me right now cannot get my goals done. I cannot complete my vow right now. But once you reset, that me from back then, he'll probably be able to do it. And he'll do whatever it takes. Okay, whatever it takes to complete his vow. And he even told Subaru, for you to become like me, you have to get something that you are absolutely willing to do whatever it takes. Sacrifice whatever it takes for you to become the person I am. And I'm guessing that's what's going to be needed. I honestly don't think for Subaru to resolve all of this stuff that's going on right now with the Great White Rabbit, Elsa and Amelia, the assassins, and everything that's going on right now, I really don't think that Subaru is going to be able to rescue everybody. I'm sure there's going to be some deaths that he's not going to be able to go back and reset and try to save them. I mean, this episode, one of my favorites this year. Absolutely 10 out of 10. Love every second of it. My mind is racing at 100,000,000%. Because I just don't even know where they're going to go with this. What's going to happen next episode when Subaru resets? What's his plan now? Because, he thought this was the best course of action, and he was one of the worst ones ever. But yeah, overall, great episode. Definitely let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. If you got some extra info that you think I missed or I got wrong, definitely let me know because I do love learning about the world of ReZero. I might have to go to read some wikis or something because I really want to know more about this world. But overall, yes, 10 out of 10 episode. Let me know what you thought of this episode. And like always, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.